pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hello my loves, my gems, my friends. It's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi. I'm really glad you clicked on this video. I do hope that you will stay and take a chance on this channel and think about subscribing before the end of the video. So today I have the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. Here it is here. It has 12 shades, 6 matte, 6 shimmers, and it retails for $18. So, of course, you guys know me. I like Jaclyn. Jaclyn is the reason I started my channel, but you're going to get a brutally honest review. So, if this is something you want to see, then keep on watching. Okay, guys, so we have it. The Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette that she collaborated with Morphe on. So we're going to check this palette out today and we're going to see how well it works. I've washed a few brushes today, so we can get into this. Now, it was an $18 palette. I did get 2 because I am going to put one in my end of year giveaway. And if you don't know about that and you want to know more about that, I will link a video in here that tells you about it. Okay, so here she is. This is my first time opening her up. Ooh, she's got a mirror. There's 12 shades. The top row has the mattes and the bottom row has the shimmers. And I'm excited to use this. I really do like colorful palettes, but guys, I'm gonna be honest. And I go out with colorful looks, but I notice I get more attention when I use neutrals. And I'm not quite sure. I mean, like, a lot of people who are into makeup are like, oh my gosh, your eyeshadow looks great, you know, with colors. But I think that the men like the smoky eye kind of neutral eye look better. So, okay, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So she has the shade names underneath the shadows. And, woof, I'm just really, these are just like chocolate kind of browns. Risky business. Oh, that's cute. All right, I'm going to go in with a Luxie brush. This is the large shader. It is the 209. And I'm going to put it into just barely. I do have MAC Paint Pot on my eyes for my primer. And we're just going to put this shade pretty much everywhere just to coat it. Nice transition shade. My brushes are still a little bit wet, so take that into consideration with the pigment. It's going to make it look brighter. It's bunching up a little bit, and that is because my brushes are wet. Alright. You have mature lids. There's a certain way you want to do your eyeshadow. Sometimes it's easier to hold the skin. There's so many different methods to doing an eyeshadow look. It just depends on what you want to do with your eyes. A smoky eye effect, there's a way to do it. There's a way to do shimmers in the crease. There's just a lot. So if those are things that you're interested in and this is your first time here, you might want to subscribe. Okay, let me see what I've got here for a blending brush. I like the Morphe brushes. This one here. Let me just go in. I'm not going to add any color. I just want to make sure this is nice and blended out. This is so a Jaclyn palette for sure. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to dip this right into, we've got Good Vibes. Let me see. Put it into Good Vibes. It's a little bit darker. We're going to put that in the crease and towards the outer portion of the eye. And basically I'm flicking it towards the eye. I don't want my eyeshadow to hang down, okay? So you can use windshield wiper motions and you can also do circular motions, but you want to make sure that your eyeshadow is not all the way out here, unless the eye look calls for it. There are certain, you know, eyeshadow looks where you will bring it out, you know, if you're going to do something extravagant. Okay. Ooh. I'm just all about this right now. This is a super pretty color. Oh, I like it. Okay. We're going to go a little bit darker and go into Boo Bear, which is the next one here. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Put it right in the middle. That's where I want the most pigment, is in my crease. So that's where I'm going to start. Then we are going to take it down and over. Still using that same brush. You want to make sure there's no separation in pigment. I'll try to get a close-up look. This right here just shows that I haven't blended it well yet, so I have to go back in. That's what separation in pigment is. You're able to see the color underneath it or your eyelid through where you put your pigment. And you want to make sure that there is no separation in pigment. It just flows smoothly. I don't think I had enough coffee today. I'm not worried about my lid yet because we're going to do something different on the lid. I just wanted to get this shade down and in my crease. Okay, and here, as you can see, I've got to fix that. Barely touching it. There we are. And we can go even darker. So that is what I'm going to do. We have Booked and we have Cinnamon Roll. Booked I'm not going to go in with because it's a little bit lighter of a brown. And I want to do more of a cool tone, which is Cinnamon Roll. So we're going to go ahead and go in with Cinnamon Roll, which is the darkest brown in the palette. I'm going to put that right here. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? Wow. We're going to take our time blending her in. And we're not going to add any pigment. There is plenty on my eye for me to use. But we are going to have to go in with a blending brush that doesn't have anything on it at this point, so we can blend it all out. This one here, the Real Techniques, should do it. And you know what? This brush was a little bit wet, so it just made it patchy, which is not a good thing. So let me find another brush here. Gotta fix it now. I'm gonna go in with this crown brush. And fix it. At least you guys get to see how I fix mistakes. We're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go back in and we are going to fluff it on out. Okay, a tip for you, and I had to redo my eyes because I wanted to make sure that I was correct. And I am. There's a little bit of patchiness when you go in with the darkest brown. The other ones, these here I used, they were fine. I didn't go in with this because that's not the eye look I was going for. I wanted something with a cool tone, so I went in with Cinnamon Roll. And that one, do not use a wet brush. Make sure you do have primer on, but it's going to take some more blending than usual, just so you are aware of it, and to start out slow with pigment. Okay, that's really what I wanted to tell you guys. Because as you can see, it's just a little bit patchy, not a lot, but it is. Okay, so I want to go in now and I want to do something light on the inner corner, and of course then on my middle of my lid I'm going to do something that's a little bit darker, and then I'm going to go something with really dark at the end of the eye. Okay, so we want a flat brush for this next part here, and I'm going to go with this Eco Tools brush here, and I'm going to start off with Luxe, and we're going to put that right here at the inner corner. Ooh, that is pretty. Very pretty. Make sure you're tapping. I did not put setting spray on. Usually I use setting spray when I go in with shimmers, but being that this is a new palette, I need to give you guys all the deets. You need to know how the colors are going to perform. Let's just go in with my finger. Yeah, that's super pretty. I'm liking that. Now it's going to bunch up. Sometimes that happens, and really what you want to do is you want to take a, let me show you what type of brush. Something that's kind of flat. This one's wet, so I'm not going to go in with that one. But something that's flat. Oh, this one here will do great. The Luxie brush. Perfect. Just go over it a few times and it will smooth everything out. You can even use this brush to apply it. But yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so the middle of the eye, we've got Birthday Suit, Drippin', Striptease, Exposed, and Risky Business. Let's go in with Risky Business. Ooh. Let's see. This is where you might get fallout. Oh, that's pretty. I do like that. I've got to put something in the middle here, and I'll use Risky Business. I'll keep it on the outer part there. But let me go ahead and put, let's try Birthday Suit. It's like a really pretty gold. Yeah, let's put that there. We just basically want to create an ombre effect. Yeah, that's good. All right. Let me go in with Luxe again. Apply that. It's going to smooth into Birthday Suit, which we're going to build up a little bit more, which is going to smooth in to Risky Business. Oh, that's super pretty. Really pretty color. And it hides any patchiness, which is a bonus. Look at that color right there. That's gorgeous. Okay, let me catch up with the other eye, and we're going to put on some eyeliner, and I'll be back. So I like to do thicker liner when I've got patchy shadow. It covers pretty much everything. That was patchy. Okay, and it was just a little bit patchy. Anyhow, I used Kylie Jenner's black liner on the bottom, and I used my Tarteist liquid liner on the top. And now we're going to go in with the Crown pencil brush, and we are going to put this in Good Vibes and Cinnamon Roll. Tap it off, go right down here, apply the color, go back and forth on the lash line to create that smoky effect. Back into Good Vibes and Cinnamon Roll. The shadows are going to mix with my gel liner, which is what I want it to do. It's going to create that nice smoky effect. Okay, so now I want to highlight and put something on the inner corner. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with Luxe. And we're going to put that right up here where the brow bone is. Super pretty color. Very, very pigmented. I like it. It's nice. I'm going to bring it all the way down, and then I'm just going to dip back in it and highlight my inner corner with it. Then we're going to do that little swoopity boopity thing, so it looks like everything belongs together. Then we're going to go over everything and see if we need to fine detail anything. And basically, you're looking for anything that looks kind of out of place, or maybe you need to clean up underneath the eye here. And I've got a little bit of fallout, and I could leave my wing like this, or I could sharpen it up. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when you've sharpened it. So I'm gonna need my Fenty Beauty concealer, and I'm gonna need, you know what? I'm gonna make do and go in with this Anastasia brush, which is not a brush you would normally use, but I didn't wash enough brushes. So this is what we're gonna do. Put it down here and then work our way up and clean up my wing. Okay. Now I'm going to take my sponge that I used earlier, press that down, and you can see I've cleaned it up. And if you need to clean up underneath here, you can do that as well. Put my concealer. We are. There we go. Grab my sponge. There we are. Now we need mascara and lashes. So let me get those on. Okay guys, so I finished up and I did some swatches for you. I put all of the mattes up here and all of the shimmers down here. Barely There is just barely there. And I swatched it pretty good. Okay, so these shades feel creamy to the touch, and blending them out, as you can see, and this is not always the case, but I notice when you try to blend out with your finger, it's a little patchy, and that doesn't always mean it's going to be patchy on the eyes. But for me, I used this, I did the eye look before I did the swatches, and Cinnamon Roll was a little bit patchy. Some of you may not even notice it. Others may notice it, and I'll be honest with you, make sure your primer is very well blended and you've got a good brush, because with nothing on it before you dip it into that color, because you want to make sure it's going to take a little extra blending to blend it out really smoothly. Okay, but here they are. The colors are gorgeous itself. It's an $18 palette for 12 shades, and I'm looking forward to doing a second review. I cannot be perfectly comfortable with telling you to go out and buy this palette right now without me using it a few more times. If you have any questions for me at all whatsoever, if there's something that you feel I didn't cover, put that down in the comments below, and thank you for taking the time to watch this review. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. I do makeup tutorials, I do some hauls, I do a few unboxings, not too many, but basically, I target problem skin, and I am over 40. So if any of you are 30 and above, you could be any age and be subscribed to my channel. But I do focus on taking care of texture, acne, and all of those things, so that if that is something that you are interested in, then definitely make sure you subscribe. Okay guys, I'll see you real soon in another video. Bye!